Hello, hello. I don't have anyone here with me yet, but I do want to welcome everyone. My name is Elby, and I am doing a weekly Plan With Me live, so this is it. I typically make videos, hey, Teresa Keever, about weight loss. I do weight loss updates on Wednesday. I've started doing a Money Monday where I put little financial tips or things like that in there. Please feel free to suggest topics if you guys want to learn or hear about something. And then I also sprinkle in some, little beauty lifestyle unboxing kind of things too. So a bunch of different random stuff, but I am trying to make Sunday night my planning night and include you guys as part of that. What I decided to do today, if you didn't know, I've been using this, just a notebook in September. So I've been trying to put everything just in this little notebook that says reach for the stars. It's been what I've been using. But I think I want to go back and start using two things that I have had be really effective for me in the past and kind of switch back into doing that. So I'm going to start making that transition. The first is that I really like Evernote. So if I actually even have a paid Evernote subscription because I use it so much, but I haven't been using it lately for my calendar. I love the little howdy with that. That's cute. And so I decided, I want to go back and make just an Evernote calendar because it's really easy when I have it on my phone and my computer and everywhere else to say, okay, yeah, I know this date is such and such. And I typically, all I do is I literally take an Evernote file and I say, okay, 2021, and then I'll put every month. And at the top, I always have the most recent time frame. So then when I know that something is coming, I can say, okay, well, I know that on September 24th, I'm doing this event with the Boy Scouts. So I'll put that in there. I put all the numbers down. So on 24, it'll say 24 dash, and then whatever's going on that day, the big kind of stuff. And that way I have an easy reference if I need to see what's coming up. It's kind of like my quick look thing. It's been really effective for me in the past. And then I've talked about it once before, maybe it was last week. But then what I do is when I've gotten through, maybe after 7 or however many days, then I'll take that, copy and paste it and put it at the bottom of the file, just so I have a record of what those things were. And that has worked out really well for me. And then I'll put a 2022 section where if I hear, oh, such and such big thing is happening in 2022, because if I look at this is the calendar I have for my kids' church, they already have things planned out through May. And so that's not going to be in a 2021 type calendar. So I can add all those kind of things and have that in there. So that's kind of what I was thinking there. So I want to switch to that. And then I also have ordered a Silk and Sonder planner again. I used those for a few months over the summer and I like them. They have a 4-month look ahead calendar. They have that month look ahead. They've got a weekly planner type function. And I'll show you guys what that looks like whenever I get them in. But the thing that I really like about that planner that's a little bit different than other things or that has been useful for me is there's a huge aspect of self-care to it. So they have things, there are some standard things. Rocketbook. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. I don't know what that is. That looks cool. But the Silk and Sonder, and I guess I can grab one because I was flipping through some of my old ones because I decided I wanted to do this again. And they're really pretty every month. I had May or May too. I don't know where I put that one, but this is June. So if you can see, the June theme was play. July was courage. And so there's activities that you do here. The front section is basically there's the 4-month look ahead, but this lighting's not really good to show you guys these things, but I can show you. But it has little journaling prompts. So you can put little journal sections. You can write about things. There's always a poem, a recipe, a coloring page. This one had writing a letter of courage to yourself. You can list these are all your favorite things. It lets you list that. So there's just different things you can put as I drop the other one, you can put how the last month went, what your intentions are for this coming month. It's really cool to just use it as a way to plan and to be part of yourself. And then every week they have a meal plan you can do. There's a mind, body, and health plan. There's activity and habit tracking. There's month-long and then weekly activity tracking. So, oh, nice. Huh. Cool. Rocketbook. I'll have to check that out. And then you put, just little things throughout the week. So sometimes I've found it, I'll use the note. They have notes pages, which are lined, which I really like because I like the kind of square lined paper. So that's been really good. Here's a list of my whys on why I want to be healthy. So that's a cool thing that I've done in here. So I just really like the way that they kind of lay it out. And then they have every day has a big section where you can write things. And, I put, Johnny's in Baton Rouge this week and that kind of thing. So you use it as just a week look planner too. So I really liked that. I'm going back to it. I've decided, just because I like the self-care aspect of it, but I also like having the Evernote thing so I can have the quick, okay, when something comes up, I can just pull my phone out, pop it in that calendar and have it there and have it tracked somehow. And then I can reconcile with everything else. Brendon Burchards planner. Yeah, and I'll show you what the future Silk and Sonder ones look like. I have a couple videos just on, I did some flip throughs when I got the first 3 just to kind of show what they were looking like. But I actually really like it because the blank pages kind of allow for some creativity space. I don't know if you can see that very well. And you can use different colors. I've tried using different colors or plain colors to see what I like better. So it's been fun for me to try it. And I really have liked it. I was using, when I was finishing up my finance degree, I was using it to kind of track, here's all the milestones I need to achieve before I do it. And I like to put stickers in them. So I've gotten some stickers, and I did order. They have an October sticker set, so I'll be sure to show that too. But I really liked that aspect of it. This was the June one. The journaling prompts were fun, just writing about different little things. Like, as a child, what was an activity that made you feel lively and lighthearted? And you can think about that and kind of reflect on it. They had a play log where you can write something playful you did every day, habit trackers. So I'm going to get back into those, I think, just because. But going back into this week, so kind of planning my week now, the way that I'm trying to do it is stop and think about what I want to eat and what I want to do for that week. Outlook for work. Yeah. Oh, just a spell for food and journaling. So how do you, when you do a planning calendar that you layer on top of it, is it within your Outlook? I'm curious about that, Teresa. Getting some tips here. So for me, I do like that the Silk and Sonder has a meal planning aspect, and they even have a little grocery list section. So as you go through things, you can make a grocery list. Of course, I'm doing this on Sunday nights, and we go grocery shopping on Sundays. That's cool. Have to figure out what that looks like and see that sometime within Outlook. That'd be pretty cool. So what I've been trying to do is just say, okay, here's the meat and the large things we bought and how can we utilize them this week. And so this week, last week was really crazy. We made plans and we had a hurricane come through and it kind of ruined all the plans. So we did not eat according to the plan that I had talked about last week. Oh yeah, that'd be cool, Teresa. I'd love to see that. Personally, I'd love to see that. So we had a pound of ground turkey that I ended up freezing just because we didn't get a chance to use it. And then we had tried to use some other meat we had that should have still been good, but it was bad. So we ended up throwing that away. But we did use chicken breast through the week. We try to do salmon once a week. So this week for tonight, my husband got chicken wings to grill and shrimp to grill and then chicken breast to grill. So the kids and I ate, I had a chicken breast, most of one. And then my daughter and son, between the 3 of us, we had 2 chicken breasts, which was good. And so tomorrow is my Outlook calendar. Yeah, it would be nice if we all looked as organized or acted as organized as we look sometimes. But I know that, so on Monday, we typically do the salmon because we like to have it when it's fresher. So that's a standard meal for us. And then for Taco Tuesday this week, Johnny bought ground beef. So we're going to have ground beef tacos, which is like the fun special thing, which we'll probably get into. Like I've mentioned before, we'll get more into venison once we get further into the fall. But right now we bought some ground beef, so we'll be having that. Yeah, I would love to see a good organized Outlook. I see people use colors and all kinds of things in Outlook, and I just haven't quite figured that out. And then I talked about, my husband and I share an iTunes account. So I was like, well, maybe we can do an iTunes calendar. In that way, it's on both of our phones. It's the same for all the family and kid stuff we have going on, but he just likes it all in Outlook. So we use Outlook for our family stuff too. So I've got it all mixed in there, but I don't really use colors unless I really need to flag something. I keep everything the same color. Which is fine. Maybe Teresa can inspire us to be better at Outlook or something. And then we will have some leftover chicken from what we cooked tonight. So I think the plan for that will be part of my lunches. I get into a habit where a lot of times when I make lunch, I use packets of tuna that are flavored and seasoned. Yes, for some reason, different parts of your life can be different organized. I think that's okay. So I'm going to try and use that chicken breast for salads instead of just jump to those. I like those little tuna creations. Like I like the herb and garlic one. And if I have a tuna salad sandwich now, I'll just use one of those packets and dump it on the bread, which is probably the not cheapest way to do it, but you can get them for $1 and they're really good. So I like doing that. So I'll probably try to do the chicken on my salads for lunch though. Remember to eat it instead of the tuna. And then since we have that frozen ground turkey, I can also use that for something this week. So typically we will do something like spaghetti. That's pretty easy you can cook it in cook the meat in the sauce and make that really good with the ground turkey, which my husband doesn't really like, but when I buy it, I just buy it because I feel like it's healthier. He's not sure. He's not convinced. So I need to figure out what a good meat is for us until we can get some more. But I do like the chicken. I've done it in the chili and everything else. So we'll see. And then so that's 1, 2, 3 days there. And so I really don't know what I'm going to do for that 4th day yet. I put on the list to get cabbage, but my husband did like a whirlwind run to the grocery store. I was taking Lulu to get stuff for a school project. And then he went to the grocery store and I put cabbage on there, but he didn't get cabbage because I want to try this cabbage steak thing. So maybe we can do like a quick run to the grocery store and get some cabbage and do cabbage steak one night because I think that would be so much fun. I really want to try that. I'm very excited about it. So cabbage steak, it's coming. And then over the weekend, usually we kind of go crazy and do other things or eat whatever's around. This last week, we just got totally thrown off just because we didn't have power for a couple days. And so we ended up ordering out. We got Domino's one night and then Jimmy John's the other night. Yes, cabbage steak. I'm excited. I'm excited to do that for some reason because I like cabbage. I'm one of the rare people, I guess. I'm not sure everyone likes it, but I do. So we did do a little eating out, and this week was totally a not on plan week, but that's okay. At one point on Tuesday, my friends and I that didn't have power, we all kind of gathered together and we were like, okay, let's eat and drink the things that are in our fridge that aren't worth, hauling to someone else's house to put in the fridge. We all ended up eventually getting generators set up, but we were trying to go through and eat things. So I ate like a processed beef stick, which was like, okay, let's do that. Someone had Jell-O shots they needed to get rid of. So we just kind of had a little porch party and let the kids run around. The friend's house that we were at lives on a nice cul-de-sac. So the kids ran around. We all just kind of hung out and said, okay, here's this. So it was fun considering the circumstance. If you're not going to have power, you might as well enjoy it. Yeah, getting off plan is so easy to do, and it's so hard to get back on plan. I totally hear you, Teresa. That's why I decided I need to kind of sit down and think and use this little notebook that I have for September and then get the new one to really just start being more intentional in what I'm doing. And one of the things, I don't know if you were here last week, Teresa, we talked about was also snacks. So what do you do for a healthy snack? Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I need a snack, and then I'll go make a sandwich. There's probably better things to snack on than a sandwich. So I'm going to try and save the cottage cheese that I got this week because I love cottage cheese and make it a snack and eat, like a measured portion of cottage cheese and not just sit down and mindlessly like eat from the tub, which I am totally guilty of. So yay, Deanna's here. Good to see you though. I'm sure your life has been so crazy. I can only imagine. But I really want to be intentional about snacks. So that's the one thing is the cottage cheese. And then I also have a pumpkin Greek yogurt that I want to make into a snack item instead of like a meal thing. Like I want to get back into doing the toast and the egg for breakfast, salads for lunch. If I need a snack, do cottage cheese or yogurt type things. I love string cheese, but I want to kind of stay away from that. Maybe get something that's a little more filling as far as that kind of dairy cheese kind of aspect goes when I do those other things. So we'll see. There's always room for improvement, but that's kind of what I'm planning for snacks this week. And then we did get a big bag of carrots. So those are also super easy to snack on. I ate them plain. I don't really need to dip them in anything. If I buy hummus or something to dip them in, I end up just eating them plain. And then the dogs hound me because they love carrots too. So carrots are a fun snack in my house for everybody. We also feed them. The kids love them raw. Everyone loves carrots. So they're always a good deal. So that's what I have for kind of what I'm thinking on my food this week. And then the next thing, I see, planning your meals appropriately. Oh, hard-boiled egg, that's a good idea too. For some reason, we bought fruit. We buy bananas and apples all the time because we have kids. And I keep telling myself I'm going to have those for snacks. And then I never do. I don't know why fruit's not a go-to for me, but maybe I should try that more. I have not been writing a daily food plan, but I'm going to when I start doing the Silk and Sonder again, because I really liked that. And what I was planning on doing is they have the little rows where you can put everything in. I was planning on doing a plan and an actual to see how close I stay to that. What I've been doing in this notebook, like I can show you an example of something, like I've been writing a food log like this, where I say, okay, breakfast, this has breakfast, snack, lunch, supper. Like I kind of just listed it all out there. Instead of, not the best food, but that way I was at least writing it down kind of thing. So I've been trying to use one page of this to write down what I'm eating and then one to plan other things or record my weight, that kind of thing. I honestly agree that a late afternoon snack is really helpful, because then I feel like if I don't have that, then I'm very starving and then I do something stupid. So I definitely agree to the power of a late afternoon snack. I don't know why, but I feel like when I do that, I can just keep going and going and going and I don't need to worry. So I love that. And then as far as exercise goes, we totally had a rough week when it came to exercise too. So Monday morning, whenever we woke up, instead of doing our 5K training that we've been doing, we've been getting up Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we've been doing a couch to 5K. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, just taking the dog for a longer walk, like not a short walk. Usually we get like 4,000 steps, whatever, that kind of walk. And then Monday morning when we woke up, since the storm was coming, I had been emailing back and forth with our neighborhood swim team president. She's like, we need to put up the benches that the swimmers sit on as they're waiting to go, and the blocks, the like starting blocks that are next to the pool. We need to put them up high because our pool is near the water and it always floods, which it did. So luckily we got up Monday morning, and instead of doing our 5K plan, we did some physical labor and moved benches and blocks and other things and kind of got the pool, or at least the swim team's stuff at the pool, ready. So we got that workout in, and then it just got really crazy with no power for a couple days after that. So we decided we're just going to take a week off of our couch to 5K plan and not intentionally get sweaty when we don't have any air conditioning, that kind of thing. So we took a week off. I did get caught up, though, thankfully, on all of the 4 and 5 minute workouts, which I was really excited about. And then before the whole storm started, I had done Find Fitness with Sharon, her Sunday workout. And then Lulu and I think it was Sunday night. I can't remember what night it is. We did a this or that she'd done the previous week. So we actually I wanted to catch up to that one because my kids like those this or that videos that she does, and we make little competitions. But she and I were on the same team, just she and I did it together. But I did have that done before we lost power. So I felt pretty good about that. I literally made a playlist of all the 4 and 5 minute videos and sat there. And if I needed a break, I would pause it, but then I'd just go back and knocked them all out that way once we had power back and things got a little bit more back to normal. But I'm kind of looking forward to returning to the ritual of when the kids go to bed is when I've been doing those 4 and 5 minute videos. I kind of want to do them in the morning, but I just keep doing them when the kids go to bed. So I'm really looking forward to that because I feel like it's such a short amount of time to commit to that it makes me more motivated to do other things. So I did not do any Peloton workouts from that app last week, but I need to catch up because I'm doing some challenges there too. So I want to do some Peloton workouts, at least some yoga and some short strength kind of workouts, depending on what the 4 and 5 minute videos are. I try to do something that's a little bit different than what they're doing, just to, mix up different muscle groups when I'm working out. And then that 2,500 steps, I'm like, I should probably try to sprinkle that in some more this week too for Derek's Steps Challenge, just get in when I can. So we'll see what I do with that. But I think I have a pretty decent plan for this week. And then, it is funny how just doing the short video gets you going and gets you motivated to do more. I don't know. I love it. I can commit to 9 minutes. And then once you're doing it, it's like, well, maybe I could find a 10-minute workout video. So I'll look for some other short videos and I end up doing a bunch of little short ones. So I do love that they're doing this. It's such a fun challenge for September. And my son, I'm pretty sure I need to be doing this with him, and I did not do it last week, but he's supposed to run a mile and then also do a minute of push-ups and a minute of sit-ups for Boy Scouts. And so I want to start getting into that habit with him, either have him run with us for a mile or do something separate with him and maybe use that as a little more of an excuse to get more exercise. So I am planning on getting exercise with my 11-year-old for Boy Scouts. That's the plan anyway. So I feel like I have good exercise plans for this week just because all the challenges that I'm doing kind of put me in a good spot for doing those things. I need to go back and look. I didn't do a summary last week of what my exercise was, but I don't know how many steps it's going to take, but I'd like to get caught up on making sure I'm averaging 10,000 steps a day. And I definitely did not do that last week. So I'd like to kind of up my game a little bit and get back to a 10,000 steps per day average for the month, because that was one of my goals. I wanted 10,000 steps a day. So I can do that. I can succeed in that. I know I can. And then something else I've been thinking about doing that I have not done is when I take my daughter to swim practice, it is at a gym. So I could try to sneak in a quick workout while she swims. Usually we're really late and she swims for like 20 minutes, but that could be 20 minutes that I'm using an exercise bike or getting steps or doing something else. So I want to think about that as an option too, for if I can maybe get the courage to work out while she does that and just leave my other kid like in a chair with an iPad or something, because he's perfectly fine doing that. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, I do like how they introduce you to different exercises. Last week though, Kirsten, she had they were like the mountain climbers. I forget what she called them, like side mountains or something else, but it was like a mountain climber where she was taking her knee all the way up to her arm, like while she was doing the mountain climber on the ground. And I'm like, I had way too much stomach in the way to even get my knee anywhere close to that. So that workout, I was like, okay, this is like the worst one, because it actually made me feel like, made me realize that there are things I can't do just because of the shape of my body. I was trying, I had the right mindset, but I just physically couldn't do what she was doing, like bringing her leg all the way up there. But that's okay. Someday I'll repeat that. Just did a video with, was that, okay. I started Deanna's video and I haven't finished it yet. So, okay, spoiler alert, I have not finished her video yet. Oh man, okay. Yeah, that one was tough. So, okay, maybe that's the same thing. That whole 4-minute workout, I was doing modifications. That was a tough one for me. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. That's all right. I can handle that. So that's my plan for the eating and for the exercising, which I think is a pretty decent plan overall. So I do, and I also must admit I have not used my cauliflower rice yet either, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I still remember cook all the water out of it, but I have not tried to use it, so I probably need to like search for some recipes or something simple to do with it. I don't want to make it complex. I want to make it easy, so I want to come back to it. Easy and delicious. That's what we all want, right? So yeah, and then last week I had talked about birthdays and things like that, and I think I've got my daughter pretty well squared away for her birthday, but I still am kind of thinking I need to get my mom something because her birthday's this week too. So I need to figure out what I want to get my mom. It is so hard for me sometimes. Like I have to really find things. I found some good like cute earrings for Mother's Day, and she sent us something saying, hey, don't send me any flowers or anything because she's going out of town for my sister's birthday. So I need to find something cute and fun and not big because my parents are trying to downsize, that I can send my mom for her birthday. So that's a good that's what I really need to think about in my planning this week, is what can I do for my mom that's a little bit special, but not something that's standard there. And so she's been retired for months now, maybe since January, I can't remember. But she and my dad have been trying to downsize at the house. And so I don't want to get something that would, take up a lot of space. Maybe I can find some kind of book or something like that that would have some meaning that she can, that she's got more time now, she could sit down and read. For Mother's Day, not this year, but in 2020, I actually got her a gratitude journal, but I'm not sure how that ended up turning out. I thought it would be a good thing for her to, and for anyone, so that's why I got it, but just sit and reflect on things that she was grateful for every day. So it was just like a little gratitude bullet journal. I ended up getting them for my kids too. So when we were home in 2020 for a while, we'd sit down and be like, okay, what are we happy for right now? So maybe I can find something along those same kind of lines for my mom's birthday. But if you have suggestions, I am totally willing to take them. See, and and even when that video, I think I ended up just doing crunches because I was just stuck and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with this. I just started doing crunches and it worked out pretty well. So I did crunches for that video. But what I want to do here today right now is get on my Evernote and see if I even have a 2021 calendar, which I don't think I do. I see my goals. I don't think I've done this calendar like this for a while, so I kind of want to get back into it. So I'm going to make a new note. We're just going to go back into my old school calendar. And I agree, both of them have been great. I really like doing those workouts. I don't know, it feels weird saying that, but it's refreshing to get that little bit of burst of energy. Even when, when they say, oh, we're sweating after 4 minutes, I'm like, I am sweating. This is good. And I've had the triceps last week that we did Sharon's workout. My triceps were sore. I'm like, man, I think I can still feel like that was a really good workout. We really worked those triceps. So I've really been liking that. Okay. And today I've got my extra keyboard hooked up so I can type and everything while I'm here. But one of the things that I wanted to do was at least get started with that calendar. So get back into that. Also, let me really quick, because I want to, one of the things, I did this last week too, I don't know if anyone read it, but in the comments, if we talk about anything, I want to put it in the comments so if I can go back and look at it and the others can go back and look at it. Brendon Burchards planner was repetitive. I'm going to copy that, see if it'll let me copy and paste. Oh yeah. And then Misty used Rocketbook. That's erasable. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. So put those in the notes so that way I can go back and look at it, or if other people are curious that way, other people can look at it too. Just kind of summarizing it there. But I actually did go back last week and I was worried that I missed some of the chat. So I went back and I watched the video again with the chat because I was curious. Hey, Lexi, welcome. Hey, better late than never. So I did put those notes in there because I was like, oh, well, I want to be able to go back and reference that. And if anyone else wants to do it, I'll try to put things in the comments. Yay. Same shirt. Okay, I got this from Amazon. The color that was advertised was not this color, but I really liked it because my daughter had a softball game today and this is their color. So I ended up, was like, oh yeah, I want to wear this today because it's so perfect. So yeah, I'm so glad you guys are here. That's great. But yeah, any little notes, like I put cabbage steak in there because I want to remember cabbage steak. Oh, Amazon, nice. Okay, yes. All right, clothing twins, love it. Love it. I'll have to look. I think mine's, let's see if I can look. I don't know if I'm going to be able to determine. Here we go. I just love little Allagrace. Yeah, Allagrace. So that's awesome. Yay for my shirt twin. That is cool. I also got one that was like a navy blue kind of tiger stripe looking thing. The second I put that shirt on, I got it from Amazon. I was like, I love this. I couldn't stop smiling. I don't know what it was about that shirt. I keep thinking I need to do like a clothing haul video for some of the stuff I've got on Amazon because it's just like that shirt. I was like, this is amazing. I love it. I really love this. So I currently have in my Amazon cart some shorts with the phone pockets on the side because we've been doing these running workouts and I've found that when I have the pants with the pocket for the phone stays in just fine when we're doing our 5K training. So I'm like, ooh, I should get some shorts that have that pocket. Hello, Sharon. You missed us talking about you today. And we were talking about the shirt too. Excellent. Welcome. So where am I going here? All distracted. Oh, so I thought about doing a clothing haul video because those are my most popular videos on my channel are the clothing hauls. So I thought, oh, I should do one for my stuff. Need to buy a new one, a smaller size. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Yay, congrats. I'm so sorry you need to buy new clothes because yours don't fit. It's amazing. I love hearing that. But I think I like just to show people what I've got, just because for some reason people like those videos. I'm not really sure about it. Watching people try on clothes. It works for me, I guess. But I also have some other stuff I need to show anyway. So I'll probably do that at some point. Those are just take a little more time and planning. So I haven't done them. I'll get there. I promise. Your shirt in the smaller size. That's what everyone. Oh, that's what I'm guessing. That's what Teresa said was the NSV. Yeah, because that's awesome, as you probably know. Okay, so going back to my calendar, I really just want to kind of get it set up. So tomorrow is the 20th, yes. So all I literally do, and I literally just kind of type, and then you can copy and paste once you have one. But since I don't have one, I'm just writing all the numbers down. And so show you guys what that looks like. Maybe I'll like pop up on my phone. Since I can't really show you if there's a way to do it, I don't know how to do it because I'm just using my webcam, but show you what I'm doing. And then, yeah, Teresa, you have been posting more, which is good. We've missed you. You're definitely one of those positive mindset kind of people, and everyone loves that. So all I literally do, see if it's popped up. Today has been one of those like super crazy days, as you can only imagine. Every day is crazy, but I took my kids to church, and then my daughter had a softball game, so I went with her. They have like a practice and a game, and Johnny and I took her to that. And then my boys had scouts, so I took the boys to scouts, and then they both had youth group at church. And then I have a friend who she just had surgery. She had reconstructive surgery because she had breast cancer, Sharon. Check out Sharon's video because she has a cool video about Pinktober. But she is recovering from that now. And so she couldn't take her kids. And I said, hey, let me take your kids with my kids. So I went and picked up her kids and got my kids from Scouts and took them all to youth group together. And so I've had just one of those driving around and doing all kinds of stuff, days, nights, whatever, but totally worth it because the kids are happy. So that works. Okay. Yes, do your bedtime routine. Love on your pup. Definitely do that. So let's see. I want to see if it's popped up on my phone, what I'm doing on the Evernote on my computer yet. I started using Evernote after I had Lulu. And so in 2016, and I really found it useful because it was so fast in going through things and syncing things. And then now I feel like it takes so much longer. I don't know what has changed in it, but they make it more complicated. So things change. Yeah, but it is working. Let me see if I can. So you can see too much reflection there. Okay. But I literally just have September and then all the numbers. And then I added one thing just to show how I do it. And then October, and I'll do the same thing. Just literally put all the numbers. And that way I have the quick look, easy to add because I always have my phone on me kind of thing. And then I want to go back in the Silken Sonder and do the planning and the calmness. Good night, Deanna and Loki. Oh, yeah. She said she's going to be out for a few weeks, and she had been asking about my church. So I was like, okay, well, let me take your kids. And her son was in Boy Scouts, and she hasn't been taking him to Boy Scouts. So I talked to them tonight. I'm like, listen, he's, I can't guarantee that I can get him to join right now, but I'd like to start bringing him. They're like, yes, bring him. So next week I'm going to try and bring her son to Scouts too, because it's so easy to pick up a kid and help them out. They've got so much going on. So definitely want to help her out. I was also thinking I need to kind of like find some kind of fun gift basket or something, or maybe, some like a frozen meal that I can take over and drop off, just to, let her know that we're there for her. I'm sure she has other people helping her too, and her in-laws live close by, but just so she knows that we're thinking about her, and definitely want the kids to be taken care of too. So that's kind of where I'm probably more focused, even though she's my friend, but I want to make sure the kids are happy. So yeah, just with this calendar, I really like that. Now I can sit here and just add something if someone says, oh, on such and such date. And what I've done in the past, and I haven't added to this one yet, is I'll even put what day of the week it is in there. So it'll say like this, it's a Boy Scout, I'm a Boy Scout leader kind of thing. So it's a training that I don't know if you can read it very well. It says 24 dash and it says IOLS training. So I'll put like that Saturday. So I know that that's the Saturday. So if someone says, hey, what's going on such and such date, then I can quickly reference that and say, okay, yeah, we don't have anything big going on. I won't put on this kind of calendar like my kids have swimming practice every day. I don't need to put that on there because I know that happens every day. But stuff like if there's a swim meet, then I want to put that on there, which we did have a swim meet this weekend. It was a lot of fun. It was really boring because no adults or parents were allowed into the pool area. So we had to all just wait outside, got rained on. It was a long day of waiting. And I found out afterwards that my daughter cried for an hour after I dropped her off. I'm like, an hour? I'm so glad I didn't know because I would have totally been in there. I did sneak in there when I dropped her off, even though parents weren't allowed. But she was upset. And I'm like, oh no. But she survived and she swam her first swim event, which she's never done. She was on the neighborhood team this summer, and the season was canceled last year, so they didn't have it. And she swam a 25-meter across the pool in like 41 and a half seconds, which I thought was really good for her first time ever doing any kind of event. I wasn't even sure she'd be able to make it. We'll see when the official results come out if she got DQ'd or anything, but I was very proud of her. And then my older son, that 9-year-old, he likes to swim, but he's not fast. He just enjoys it. So he knew what he was doing. He did everything just fine, although he did not do flip turns because he has to go back and forth across the pool at his age. And I had gotten him a private coach to teach him the flip turns. He didn't do it, but that's okay too. It's his first time competing, knowing how to do the flip turn. And if he didn't feel comfortable, I'm cool with that. My kids aren't going to be in the Olympics or anything, so I just want them to be happy and healthy and have fun. So proud of my kids for the swim meet. But that's something I would put in here because that's a big, hey, what day is that, or what weekend are we available? Because I feel like weekends now we're going to start having these swim meets, but we also like to go camping, and so do things like that. So understanding how that schedule works will probably be pretty important. And then over Halloween, there's a couple local churches that are doing trunk or treats. So hopefully we can at least make one of those because I think the kids will really like that too. We did it last year and they just had so much fun. There's a swim meet during the one that's actually at my church, but the church next door where we do scouts is doing one the night before. So maybe we can catch at least that one and just have fun with it, which I think is a really great thing for the kids to do. They love it. So I'm going to sit here and kind of go through looking at what the big things I have coming up for the week at least. It's pretty much a standard week, which means that we'll have swim practices and Lulu will have a practice/game on Sunday, and I will go to that if it doesn't conflict with scouts. I need to start adding those kind of times. I think would be important in here just to understand in my quick look what time that is, since I do have a conflict since I help with scouts. But I am doing an overnight scout adult leader training, which is interesting. It'll be good. They told me, technically since I'm in my home turf, I can set up my tent and sneak away and come back. And the next morning, I'll probably try to sleep in the tent though with the group and have fun. But they're inviting the scouts to come do the campfire and that sort of thing. So it should be good. I am looking forward to that and getting officially trained as a leader so I can help more. They also want us to do, what merit badges can you help these kids with? So I need to go through that and figure out what I can do just to help them out. So trying to help in any way I can. I was trying to help more with softball and I told them I can't do it. I have a conflict at 4, so it has to be early. And then I ended up having conflicts. Yeah, keeping the schedule is insane. I know I'm not the only parent out here, but that's why I'm sitting here thinking, okay, Sunday night, I really need to look at my big things for the week and how I'm going to handle that. And luckily, with the swimming practices, they're consistent every day. It's always the same thing every day. And my philosophy is if I'm available, I will take them. If something comes up, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. For example, on the first day back that my kids went back to school, so they had off Monday, Tuesday, and they went back Wednesday, even though we didn't have power. My kids went to school, so they were getting ready in the morning with flashlights. They thought that was fun. But Wednesday afternoon, I get a text from the school saying our bus is delayed. I'm like, okay, all right. So by the time they got home, I just didn't take Lulu to swim. I'm like, it's not worth it. I just took Hank to his, and they have practices back to back, but of course in different locations because that's how it works. But too stressful, not worth it. We're not going to do it. So I'm trying to do the low stress, but as often as I can kind of thing. And then softball's easy because it's just on Sundays, which is super busy for us. So the only big thing I have is just that weekend trip, overnight training. But I'm excited to be trained. And then I'm going to start filling out some of this calendar. Like this is the children's ministry calendar for church, and they have the middle school, high school one. So I have a kid in middle school and a kid under in the children's ministry. So I'll put all those dates on there and start filling out that stuff too. I do like that this Look and Sonder does the 4-month kind of look ahead. And then what I was doing with, if I knew other dates, I was kind of writing them in the margins, but I think the Evernote calendar will help me. And then when I get a new month, I can kind of just go through and make sure I've captured everything and move forward like that. I did if you guys haven't seen the Pinktober video, I really appreciated that with Sharon. I watched it with Lulu today. We were driving though, so I have not responded to it, but it did make me realize one of the things that I kind of want to focus on this week was also to, good night, Misty. Yes, I'm so glad you were here. You have a great week too. But that I need to also start making appointments for, I've gone to just my regular doctor, but I have not gone to like my dermatologist or my OBGYN. I need to make those appointments. I'm overdue for those. So I decided that that's one of the things I really want to accomplish this week is just get the appointments on the books and then also take my middle kid to the eye doctor just to get his eyes checked. Yes, I love the Pinktober. You should see, we bought like pink poster board and sequins and all kinds of stuff. We're going to have fun with it. Lulu, my little helper. So we'll see. But I am looking forward to that. But I do realize that I need to make those appointments, that I'm the kind of person where if I call and it's frustrating or they don't answer and I have to wait, then I'm like, well, forget this. I'm not going to do it. But really, it's not, I should be the one wanting to do this. If it's difficult, then that's not helping me out any if I have that attitude. So I kind of need to change that. So I'm planning on improving there at least and making those appointments, even if it's painful and I want to hang up because I'm frustrated with those people. So my routine for, are you talking about just for like what I'm doing right now or just in general? So I was doing really well, I thought, all through the first part of the year. And then I had made my own. I'm trying to get organized for the week on Sundays is what I'm doing now. So I figured I would just live stream while I do it. And then other people, if they want to chime in or share ideas, that kind of thing, that it would be just a good way to kind of get myself organized and then share that with anyone who also wants to get organized, or if other people want to share something or anything like that. So I'm trying to do it on Sundays now. I was really good at, in the beginning of the year, I had made myself, I don't know if I should have grabbed it and I can show it some other time, but I had made myself my own little planner. I like literally drew in all the months for the year. Everything was dead set focused on finishing this finance degree. So that was my timeline. I had to find a book that had enough weeks for that, the time frame I had there, in months. And I planned it all out and I made this beautiful planner that I loved, where I had, it was just for scheduling. It did not incorporate what I was eating, those kinds of things. I was just using MyFitnessPal when I was tracking on there. And then I didn't put in anything anywhere else. So that planner, I really liked it. It was really nice. It was spiral bound. And then this summer I decided to try the Silk and Sonder planners. And it made me think about the fact, so I do Sunday evenings just because then I feel like I'm at least starting the week off a little organized. So typically I'll sit down and kind of think, but now I really want to think about everything, not just like whatever is on my mind on Sunday nights. But the Silk and Sonder planner made me think, hey, they literally have a section for what's your self-care this week kind of thing. And I really appreciate that because I do think self-care is obviously an important thing. So I want to get, put that kind of stuff in there too, the meal planning, the habit tracking, and just get better about the way that they do that. And I think it's more than just being organized and planning your schedule. It's planning for maybe mental health, but self-care is really the thing that I think perfectly embodies it. And then they also have an app. So I messed with it a little bit today when I was at softball, but I didn't have much time. I was just kind of thumbing through it while I was waiting. But I want to see, because I've been trying to email Sharon and I've been typing everything out and I should just send her pictures, but I've been trying to, I want to go back into that where you just have this journal prompts. There's a coloring page. It's just a different way of thinking about it. And I think that the focus is more inward than just what you need to do schedule for the outward world, because I feel like I do get caught up in focusing on what I need to do for everybody else. And I don't ever stop and think about what I need to be doing for me. So, my friends are having a porch party today. Oh, my kids need to be running here. I didn't have to go to Lulu's softball game today, but it probably meant the world to her that I was sitting in the stands cheering for her. Even though my husband goes with her and is in the dugout and helps that way. but little things, I just feel like I schedule my time for everybody else, and I like that Silk and Sonder makes me think about, hey, what about me? So I've even been thinking I need to schedule like pure me time. I've been thinking, okay, I want to do, like, I bought a foot mask, just to, like it's like an Aveeno foot mask. I really want to do that, but I have not scheduled the time for me to do that. And then the clothing videos, I have a bunch of clothing videos I want to record, not just for YouTube, but then I also have clothing videos I do for another thing. And I've only done one video for them since the beginning of summer. I don't know what has happened, but I had the camouflage pants I wore on my Stay Dance Challenge video. I was going to wear those out with my girlfriends. I was like, well, I need to do a video on these before I wear them so I can take them out. So I do like little short videos on clothes for this website. And so I did that, and that's the only one I've done. And I actually have clothes I need to be doing videos on, but just haven't scheduled time for it. Actually, I know the last time I did it besides that one was Mother's Day, because when Johnny said, what do you want to do for Mother's Day? I'm like, I want time to record videos. So I went and I got caught all up on Mother's Day on those kind of things. And now I just have this whole like list of things I need to make videos for. It's okay. Not a big deal. It's not urgent or required or anything, but it's something I enjoy doing. And it makes me feel confident in who I am for some reason. I don't know why. That people I get like just a little bit of money for selling a video about the clothing item. So I like doing that just for me. It's weird, I know. That's okay. But I don't do that because that's something that's selfish, and I don't plan that time for things that I enjoy. So I really want to get back into that. What can I do for myself kind of mindset? So we'll see. I think this Silk and Sonder will help me. And then I'll let you guys know if the app ends up being cool or not, like how that all plays into it. But I was flipping through. They have inspiration and ideas and other things. And I want to be inspired by what other people are doing with theirs too. So more to come for sure on the self-care aspect. And then one of the things that I do like about them is just the prompts for things. Like you can journal or prompt, or they'll have you draw a picture or just little things. And they also have a where I am right now, kind of halfway through the month, where you can talk about what TV show you're watching or what your favorite thing is you're doing right now. And so I did find, and I showed this last week, with this happiness notebook. When we were on vacation in Missouri, I found this at the grocery store, and I was like, I kind of think I need this, because it has the same thing. It's just completely full of little prompts, the whole thing. And then it also has like gridded pages, and it's kind of hard to see, but just like the Silk and Sonder has the little grid squares, this has like little dot grid for your notes page. And so I've been using this. I have not written in it yet. I've just been using it for inspiration, to read it and think about it. And I haven't decided what exactly I want to do with this, but it has been nice. And it kind of gives you, there's also like a little book section in the front about making a feel-good playlist, how to get happy, these kind of things. So I just think that this is a lot of fun. And I've really enjoyed just kind of flipping through here and kind of thinking of that. Oh, and here's some drawing sections. Like there's literally, when I was looking through here, there's drawing section, list section, stuff like that. So letting go, holding on to anger isn't good for anyone. So write a letter of forgiveness. Like that is just cool. Who asked you to write a letter of forgiveness? This book. So I think it's cute and fun. I'll figure out what I'm doing with it at some point, but I just am cherishing it right now and enjoying the happy thoughts that it gives me just looking at it. Which kind of brings me to the last thing before I sign off here, is that I wanted to just kind of, something I saw in here that made me think. It said, list 15 things that every time you think about it, it makes you smile. I was like, man, what are things that always make you smile? And that is really, really hard. So I was thinking about just the smile in general. So if you look at, like, Sharon has a contagious smile. Even Lulu mentioned it to me the other day, which I thought was really cute. She just loved her smile. And then we saw the video today. She's like, oh, that's the workout lady with the smile. I'm like, yes, that's her. I just love that she recognizes the smile. But I do feel like watching other people's videos makes me smile. I like the positivity and the happiness. I know Misty's not here right now, but she makes me smile. She's just a happy person. And so I really appreciate that. So the folks that make me smile, just by watching their videos, there's so much positivity and happiness out there. And I am just so truly happy for people when they're successful or when something funny happens. So that was one of the things I was thinking. If you say, well, what's something that always makes you smile? And when I sit down and I'm watching a bunch of YouTube videos, I'm just guaranteed to be smiling because there's going to be someone on there doing something that just brings joy to my life. And I really appreciate that. It's kind of crazy how just sitting on my phone can make me smile. Just the wonderful people out there. And I appreciate that there are wonderful people out there. So I was trying to think of, well, what else always brings a smile to your face? And that is, to me, that's kind of a hard question, just to kind of like stop and think, okay, what always brings a smile? And I was thinking about the things like when you're in the mood for like a hug and your little kid comes up and gives you a hug. That's something that you're just melts your heart and makes you smile on the inside. So that was what I was thinking would probably be my number 2 thing, is just when you need a hug and you get one. Sometimes, I have my 9-year-old is very physical contact, likes to touch, likes to hug, likes to do that kind of thing. And I don't know how long that's going to last, but I like that he always wants to come and give me a hug in the morning or say hi. And so appreciating it always makes me smile to think about when there are times when you need a hug. Ooh, yeah. Beach, some comedians. Okay, true. There are people that are good at making you laugh. My husband sometimes gets into the kicks of watching like comedy shows on Netflix or YouTube or that kind of thing. But for some reason, I don't ever do that. I don't know why. But I do have movies that bring good memories because I've watched them so many times with my friends and that kind of thing. But I do think my number 3 then, because I was trying to think, okay, what are my 3 things that I want to say always bring a smile to my face? And number 3 would be just I have a group of girlfriends from college, and we always, when we get together, have so much fun and laugh and be silly. And every time we do, we make every trip we have, we make a quote page on funny things people said, or we have funny pictures that make us happy. And we just have this really good time together. But then when we're not just always having that good time together, we're also a really good support structure for each other. So someone's having an issue with their kid, we can all say, hey, that's okay. This happened to me. We understand this. Or even if it's not the exact same situation that someone has that we may have never been in before, we can still say, hey, we're here for you. We know you. We understand. Maybe you need to think about this. Often the advice that we end up having to give each other is maybe you need to take some time for yourself, which is more and more why I think I need to kind of have that self-care kind of feeling to it. So I don't know if anyone has anything they want to share that always makes them happy. Teresa did share 3 things: her kids, the beach, and some comedians. I also love the beach. I saw your video. You were just at the beach. I haven't watched it yet, though, so I need to get to that one today, too. But I saw that, and I was like, oh, yes, I like the beach. So I'm pretty excited to see where your beach is and what you did there. It should be fun. But we typically go to Galveston, which isn't really the prettiest of beaches. It has its moments, but I just really enjoy it. There's so much you can do. There's just activity and life and so much fun. Like if you go out there early in the morning before anyone else is awake and you can see all the little holes from the crabs. I love that. We've caught crabs out there before. We catch those like Cocina clams, the little bitty ones that dig in. So sometimes we'll just get into like a big like dig in fest and try to get them. Finding seashells. My kids have caught fish, or other kids have caught fish before. Just the little ones that swim around. I love watching the pelicans. Even when we're not at the beach, but when we're near the beach, like at the campsite we always stay at, you can just see them flying high through the air. And then when you're at the beach, you can see them flying low and dipping down. And everyone's like, I love that. So the pelicans are probably my favorite part of the beach right now. It changes, but right now it's pelicans. But yeah, so I agree. The beach is something that does bring a smile to my face. And I think that's just because of the memories and the people that we go and do those things with too. So that is it. I don't think I have too much else today. I am so glad you guys did join me. So thank you. That's really sweet. I appreciate it. I might just sit here for a little bit and kind of work on my calendar and start planning some things out. Even the little crab. Oh, that's so cute. A crab emoji. Love it. But feel free if you want to drop off or that kind of thing, or if you have anything more you want to say, any questions. But I do kind of want to sit here and work just a little bit more on my calendar, and then I'm going to check my phone because I got a notification, see what that is. Okay, it was just someone saying things. Okay, cool. Make sure nothing big is going on. But I'm pretty happy with my planning plans, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Teresa. That's really sweet. I do plan on doing this every week just to kind of get myself better and better organized. Like last week, I went through and looked at some upcoming bills I have just to make sure that I was keeping track of what I needed to pay. I really appreciated the comments that I got from people on some suggestions. Yeah, I want to start doing more and more of the actual planning too, to make sure that I'm understanding what all I have going on in the week, just because I do feel like it's good to wake up and know what I'm doing in the morning instead of wake up and if I don't think about it, I'll wake up in the panic of, okay, what's the first thing I need to do today? What do I need to be doing? What do the kids have? What or whatever, which reminds me, I have a form I need to send for roller skating. Okay, see, writing that down in the notebook for tomorrow morning. Roller skating form for my kids, but I do appreciate doing that with others as well. So I'm going to keep doing this and see what happens. I will be here on Sunday nights is my plan. The only time I would imagine that'd be hard for me is if we have a long weekend. Like in October, we do have Columbus Day weekend. So I'll be camping for Columbus Day weekend, and I will not be available to do a stream. I won't even have cell phone service where I'm camping, which is great. So that kind of thing I won't be around for. But other than that, yeah, tweaking money planning. You know, we talked about that last week. Budgeting. It's just the spreadsheets people have and that kind of thing. I forget who it was. I need to go back and watch the feed again to see if I can figure out who it was that said they had a good budget spreadsheet that they should share. I'm like, yes, please. We would love to see that. Sounds like a Misty thing, but I don't remember if it was her or not. But just a good budgeting thing. Because the way people budget, everyone does it so differently. I have like a general target, you know, I want to spend $175 a week on groceries. And then today Johnny spent $189, and I'm like, because he got shrimp and salmon, you know, all the good stuff. But that's the kind of, I mentally budget with lines in the sand, and then I know if it's within or without the budget that way, instead of writing everything down and making it Excel trackable, which I wish I could switch. Maybe I should start doing that too on Sundays, is just adding my expenses in and see what I can figure out. We'll see. But budgeting is one of the areas, you know, when I was thinking about planning, I tried to make a list of different categories. So the menu planning, the grocery list, last week's spending, what bills we have to pay, that sort of thing, scheduling your week, which can be work, family, friends. We talked about birthdays and anniversaries. And then and exercise is something I want to be thinking about, although I have pretty solid plans this month, I feel. And then self-care time, like I want to talk about I want to start the week off on a good foot. So what can I do to start my week off on a good foot? And what can I do to make sure that I'm trying to schedule time for me in there, which I'm not good at yet, but I plan on being that way. And my birthday's coming up in November, and I think I'm going to get a massage, even though I am so intimidated because I don't really know what to do when you schedule a massage, but I feel like I need to do that. So we will see. Self-care to the max, paying for it. So yeah, that's my plans, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with getting back into the Evernote and then switching over to the Silk and Sonder. So that should be good. And to-do lists are another thing. I think I also want to make sure that I'm doing a better job of kind of tracking. And I typically do have a to-do list. I have a personal like to-do list kind of thing in my Evernote, but I have also not been so good at keeping up with it, I guess. And so I think I need to do a better job of that. And also when I have it written down, sometimes it's more fun to kind of physically check off the box than just have it kind of be on my Evernote. So I'll probably get back to putting the important things like that too. So that is what I intend to do going forward. And I will be here if folks want to join in, bring their planners, ask for suggestions, whatever. So yeah. Okay. I'll have to check that out too. See, I'm copying and pasting that right now to put in the notes for the live stream to share. Yeah, I actually did really enjoy going back and reading because there were more people on last week, so I didn't want to miss anything. So I went back and read all the comments. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay, yes, have a good night. Thank you for joining. I will see you soon, and I'm going to watch your video. Yours and Deanna's. I didn't finish hers, and I haven't gotten to yours yet. So those are two that I'm like, ooh, these are two I really want to watch. So, all right, have a great night. Thank you. Bye.